Hey folks, in this video I will give you a quick walkthrough of Rayscaper, setting you up to render your first scene. For this we will be using the shader ball scene provided by the great Mr. Rich O'Brien. Please make sure you're downloading the V2020 version of this file instead of the other V8 version. You'll know you have the wrong version if everything will render in cyan. Whereas with the 2020 version, only the background will render in cyan. The first thing we'll do is make sure we have the Rayscaper toolbar on top here, and we will launch the Rayscaper render view. What you see here now is the Rayscaper main render view. This is the main window you'll interact with when using Rayscaper. We'll go quickly over all the different panes in the render view. So first of all, there's the toolbar. Then you have the frame buffer, which will display the output of your render in real time. Below the frame buffer, there's some status, like here that your render has finished. If it's rendering, it will show a progress bar, the number of samples per pixel, the time it took to render the image. Then here on the right, bottom of the frame buffer, you'll see the resolution it's rendering, the number of triangles, and the number of textures. There's also a button here to show extra statistics about the scene. Below the frame buffer, you see the asset manager. These are assets that can be dragged and dropped into the frame buffer to configure a HDRI image or a texture. To the right of the frame buffer and the asset window, there's actually the scene editor. This is the main pane you'll use to interact with Rayscaper. Here you can configure your camera, your environment, your lights, your materials, your render settings, and your tool map settings. So let's go quickly through each one of them so you'll get a feel of what they'll actually do. The first thing we want to do is fix this ugly cyan background. If you're running Rayscaper 0.7.1, which is the latest version today, you can simply quickly use the material pick tool here, pick the background, and then click the refresh button, and you'll have this nice pattern. Now, if you are running Rayscaper 0.7.0, the original first alpha release, it's a little bit more complicated, but I'll show you how to do it. So we first have to go to SketchUp, and we'll select this material, this 100 centimeter grid Prisma Cool Gray 01. We'll edit it, and then we'll edit the texture in external editor. I'll simply save it on disk. And now I have it on disk. It's not just embedded in the SketchUp file anymore. I'll open my Rayscaper again. I'll make sure I picked here my cyan background, and I simply change the image to the one on my disk. So I go to my downloads, I use this one, and it's fixed. In general, I would recommend you to always upgrade to the latest alpha version. So the first thing we want to do is change the look a bit of the material ball. So I love this yellow, but it looks a bit flat right now. So let's make sure we have our material picker selected again here, and then we'll click on the material ball. You'll see that the material becomes selected on the right, and you'll see that this is the distant material. If you select, or if you hover here on any of these labels, it will kind of tell you what it does. Please let me know if you have any suggestions here or if anything is not clear. So this is the Disney material, which is the generic PBR shader in Rayscaper, and it's the usually the material you want to use for most cases. It's also the most powerful and most configurable material in Rayscaper. So first of all, we can change the color here by clicking on this in the color picker. What we maybe want to have a little bit of more of a metallic feel. We can tune down the roughness a bit um, of the material. But let's go maybe for something with some glossy coating. All right, so this has a little bit of a glossy coating on it, and I quite like that. Cool. Looks like a Lamborghini or something. So with the material picker still selected, let's click on the base and let's make this a metal base. So we basically increase the metallic all the way to 1, and let's decrease the roughness a little bit of lower value, and maybe let's make it a little bit lighter. There we go. So that's how you can configure materials in Rayscaper. Don't hold back, feel free to experiment here. You can select material heels again, or you can quickly select them by the color picker. Also, if you select the material on SketchUp, it will automatically get selected in Rayscaper. So the next thing we want to do is change the lighting of our scene. So we pick the environment tab, and currently we have a texture environment, but we're using a constant color texture. We can change the color here via the texture, but I prefer to use a HDRI. So what we can do is actually go here to the asset browser and just find ourselves a nice HDRI. So let's maybe use some studio lighting and see if we can find some cool studio. Let's use the studio small one from Polyhaven, which is awesome. Both the HDRI and Polyhaven in general are awesome. So you can just simply drag and drop the HDRI to Rayscaper. It will then download the HDRI, cache it on your disk, and configure it in Rayscaper. You can do things like select the power here, like adjust the power, but let's just leave it at 1. Next thing we'll do is tweak the camera. So we'll add a little depth of field to put the focus on the shader ball and make the rest of the scene a bit more blurry. So we can increase the lens radius a bit, maybe to 1. That's obviously too much, so let's put it 0 to 1. And then let's do a focus pick. So next to the material pick, you can actually do focus picking, and which will pick the focal point of the camera. So now we pick the focal point to be the center of the ball, and let's increase the depth of field a bit. Maybe more. Yeah, that's nice. So you'll see that the shader ball is still in focus, but that rest of the background is a bit blurred out. There's more settings for you here to play with, but I won't cover them in this quick walkthrough video. Next, we'll edit the render settings, and we'll do that by going through the render tab. So Rayscaper has several render methods. For example, approximate global illumination, which is not really global illumination, but it's really fast. It has real global illumination, which is path tracing. It's a bit slower, but you'll get nicer, more realistic images. You see here, for example, that the metal looks a lot better now with global illumination. Rayscaper also support a couple of full render passes, like your ambient occlusion paths or your shading normals. These are handy when you want to quickly debug something with your scene, or if you want to composite it later in something like Nuke. But for now, let's go back to global illumination. You'll see that the image becomes noise-free pretty quickly, and that's because we use AI denoising. If you disable the noise, you'll see that it'll take a lot longer for the noise to clean up. You can configure the sample of pixels you want per image. We can also configure subsampling, for example. So in between changes, if you want to make it more interactive, Rayscaper will subsample the image, so at least you have a quicker preview. But for now, let's just put it back to open image denoise. Lastly, let's tweak the look of our image a bit. We can do that by going through the toolmap settings. The toolmap settings won't actually restart your render. So we rendered now thousands of our 1,000 samples, and actually tweaking our tool mapping doesn't actually do anything. So we can tweak our exposure. You'll see it update in real time, but it won't start re-rendering. Let's have an exposure of 0.8. I'm old school, so I like some vignette. It's maybe a bit much vignette, but yeah, a little vignette effect. And we don't need alpha and a backplate for now. Yeah, quite happy with that. So let's save our PNG, or you can save it at EXR if you want it in full HDR. I'll save PNG, shade up all our PNG, and here we go. We made our first render with Rayscaper. Congratulations. Thanks for your interest in Rayscaper. In case you run into a problem, have a question, or just want to provide some feedback, I would love to hear from you. You can find me on the Sketchucation forums under the username PixelCruncher, or send me an email via thomas@rayscaper.com. I'm looking forward to hear from you.